Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I'm Roger Wakefield, and we get to come to you every day, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. That way, no matter where you're at in the country, you get to hang out with us on your lunch break. So we love that. If you're new here, welcome to the show. We teach you about different topics. We've got 11 different topics that we talk about. We do this every day. And we do this because we teach people, if you'll get up every morning and study your niche for 30 minutes to an hour, you can move up into the top 5% of your industry, because most people aren't studying their industry anymore. Now, if you've been here before, man, we have no idea why you keep coming back, but God, we're glad that y'all do. TikTok, thank y'all for being here, man. Jump on over to YouTube if you have any questions. Happy freaking hump day.
That's it. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. As you can see, it's in the chat already. It's all downhill after this, guys.
Well, this is my Friday.
That's a good thing. It's your Friday.
More
or less.
I mean, I still got to work.
You're going to have some fun. Yeah, like
I get to
work
go hang out.
is what we call this. And, when we get to call it work, it is a great time.
And you've seen me at those events.
That's it.
It's work, but God, is it fun.
It's work. Like, when you're not Roger, it's really work, because you're jumping and trying to get everything ready, everything in line, have all the ducks lined up, so he gets to make it look easy, and we love that. It's a great thing.
I love being Roger.
That's it.
I think I got it pretty good.
I know, and that's why y'all see me. This is my shift in front of the camera, so that I can just be like, yeah, y'all get it all ready for me. It'll be a great day.
I was in there sleeping. He's literally hollering. He's like, Dad, you got 3 minutes. He's like, I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah.
He's like, but Dad, you got to get up. It's like, I don't want to.
Act like an electrician and put the broom down, please. And it worked. He instantly dropped it and said, okay, I can do that.
I can handle it. Look, we love what we get to do, but I am going to be working the next couple of days. Tomorrow I fly to Virginia. I am doing a meet and greet. So if any of y'all are in the Virginia area, come by and say hi. I'm at PHCC's Leadership Summit. Yep. I'm going to be speaking at 11:30, but I'm doing a meet and greet from 9 to 11. So anybody who clicks on the link, and I'm sure Colton will put it in there in just a second. Anybody who clicks on the link, here's the deal, guys. I'm going to bring swag for y'all. Yep. Randy's been putting it together. See, I didn't even have to put it together. And you know what? He talks about how much work it is. But when we go to the events and he starts giving it away, he's like, this is pretty cool.
That's it. Like, it is. It is some time taken to put them together, but to give them away, hand them out, see, man, some of y'all's faces when we do, y'all get it. It's just like, holy cow, like, oh my gosh, the plumber did, I've got it. I've got it.
They've got stickers. They've got keychains. They got wristbands.
We do it all. I know, and we got to talk about that after this. Again, starting to get low a little bit.
What am I getting low on? All the above?
The pins, black pins, if we want to do that.
Okay.
We would like to thank League Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here and act like knuckleheads and talk trades for an hour. But League Pro does manufacture the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And guys, it's like geophones on steroids. Okay. You've got the probe, T-handle style, real durable for that meter to the home service. And then you've got the sidekick indoors with that aluminum rod so that you can listen right through the concrete. To check out our equipment, visit www.leak-pro.com. But also, if you don't know anything about it and you want to add leak detection to your business, you can come out here. I do a 2-day in-person training. You can train up to 3 people at a time. Come out here and get trained up, add leak detection, learn how to market it also. Give us a call, 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. And I'd be happy to discuss how we can add this to your business.
It's neat stuff. And look, we love everything we get to do. But one of the things that we do, I don't know if y'all know this, we do YouTube.
We do?
So I've been told.
Oh.
But look, I have people ask me all the time, look, how do I do what you do? So we made a course for it. But then people are telling me, well, here's why I can't do that. I can't do it because. And I'm like, dude, really? So I shot a webinar. And literally put it together to debunk those myths. Because, guys, I'm telling you, the things that I hear as to why people can't do this, it blows my mind. But if this is something you'd like to do, I know Colton's putting a link in there. Colton, if we can get it over where it comes up on YouTube and we can pin it to the top, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that is weird.
I know it because I'm showing that it came through on YouTube over here, but I'm not
Wait, scroll down.
showing.
It's down there, I bet.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh,
Boom.
there we go. See, looky there.
Boom, and pinned. Thank you,
So,
sir.
yeah, beautiful. Okay, now I
Yep.
see it up there.
And down low.
Okay, yeah.
On our
Now
view.
I know.
All these ads, these advertisements, guys.
I know. We're making money.
Like, man,
Somehow,
it's a
someway,
trip.
somehow, some way, we are making money. So anyway, look, if you want to learn more about YouTube or why you think you can't, but you really can, go to www.justmattroger.com. Squirt, let's talk about national news.
Guys, Safety Week. Y'all believe that?
Are we talking safety
I mean,
again?
it is Safety Week, and it is day 3.
Of 5.
That's it, of 5 this week, guys. And we are hitting safety every single day. But we've got day 3. And, this is going to focus on accountability and cultural buy-in. And, guys, don't be that negative Nancy on your crew that's, I ain't doing that crap. Guys, we all need to participate in this. And it's so that we all go home just like we showed up. That's the key to safety here. But the national safety stand downs, they're happening across 1,000+ job sites this week. And guys, that's big. It's nationwide coverage. I feel like I did it on Lindbeck job sites. I did it on Balfour Beatty's. I did it on a lot of
We've done
large
all
companies, man. And everybody buys into it. Work completely stops. You don't hear hammers going. You don't hear any power tools going. You don't hear nothing.
That is the quietest I've ever heard a job site.
The quietest I've ever heard a job site, unless I was doing a night shift.
Except sometimes I show up at like 4 a.m. to walk things to
That's
make sure
it.
that we're where we're supposed to be.
I've been in early for some deliveries, things like that, before anybody ever shows up. And it is, if you've never, because I used to do the nighttime shifts, and being on a job at night when there is nobody there, it's a little creepy, but really nice whenever you have full access. But guys, safety stand downs are huge. And companies are really shifting from that checklist compliance to team-led safety ownership. Every single person, from the superintendent that you've got on your major site running it, all the way down to the apprentice at the bottom, guys. Safety is, we own it. We all have to own it.
That's what it's about.
An ABC's 2025 report shows companies with safety programs embedded in culture has a 688% lower TRIR, which is total recordable incident rate.
680 what?
688%.
That's a lot.
Almost 700% less recordable incidents. And guys, recordables are the serious things that actually happen on a job.
So let me ask you this as an estimator. What does this do to your chances of winning jobs?
If the better your rating can be, the more doors it can actually open.
And people don't think about that.
That's it.
They don't think about, hey, if I get hurt on this job, I cost my company money in more ways than one.
That's it. Because there's some jobs, the only way to get on that site and to do any work at the facility, your company has to have a rating lower than a 1.0. And it's achievable even for you large companies out there, I promise.
We've seen it done.
Yeah, hundreds of millions of hours and still been below a 1.0, and we kept it there so that we could get some of these jobs. So keep that in mind. Safety, it's not just about going home. It's about opening more doors for better opportunities out there.
I like this, making it part of the culture, and it's really easy to do because instead of telling crews what to do, instead of telling them, look, be safe, don't get hurt, do this, do this, do this, ask what's the one thing that could go wrong?
Yep.
And then give them the voice, let them talk. Hey, what could go wrong? It's like, well, you know what, man, we're working around this shaft.
Yep.
I like that. How do we do it? Because, guys, at the end of the day, safety isn't a policy. It's a habit that your crew carries home with them. So what you teach them on the job site, when they get home, they're like, you know what, man, I'm going to go ahead I learned this because whenever I was edging, whenever we had the house over on Laguna,
Yep.
I'm out edging one day and got hit in the eye with a little pebble. And I mean, all of a sudden, it's like there was a black spot. I mean, imagine putting your fist right there, and the whole time you're looking around, where your fist is, you can't see. I had a black spot there. Scared the mess out of me. So, I drove over to my doctor's office, go in and talk to them. They put some drops in it, and then they cover it with the patch, and then they cover it with this plastic shield, and they tape it under, and like, you need to leave this under, I think it was 48 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all are nuts. I got to go to work. And they're like, yeah, but do you want to be able to see?
Yeah.
So I did. And whenever I took it off, or whenever I went back in and let them take it off, I mean, it was gone. And they said, and they told me when I went in, they said, there's a dimple in your eyeball. So that rocket didn't penetrate it, didn't pierce it, didn't break anything, but there was a dimple, and they needed to put this liquid antibiotic gel stuff on it and let it heal. Guys, safety is serious.
Yep.
I want to jump in the comments real quick. Abe says, good morning, everyone. We used the Leak Pro Sidekick on Monday for the first time. Found the leak at a client's home within 30 minutes. We're extremely happy with it so far. Good deal.
Awesome.
Brother Derek Sutton in the house. Good to see you, sir. Hello to you.
Morning.
And Matt says, Mr. Miyagi at Plumbing and Squirt. Driving to Phoenix. What's up, brothers? Go Leak Pro. You're driving to Phoenix. I'm tomorrow flying to Virginia. No, actually, I'm flying to Washington, Dulles. Going over to Virginia. I got to figure out, Amber, are they picking me up, or do I need to rent a car?
Oh, that's good.
It's not that far. But then I fly from there Saturday morning, go to Vegas for a networking event on Saturday, and then back home Sunday, meeting in here with Jeremy Monday morning, and then meeting with the sponsor Monday afternoon in Austin. So I've got a lot going on. Let's talk about the bottom line.
Tacos. How to price for risk in remodels.
They've already got dinner plans somewhere, so it's like, I know. He says, you don't get any tacos.
I am happy about that, guys.
I'm going to go and get them just in case.
But, you really do want to price risk into remodels a little bit. Don't just think about the materials and the labor, guys. Because there's like way too many remodelers out there that are underbidding because they price what they see and not things that can actually happen. Because remodels are a lot different than just a new install, clean install. Oh, there's nothing that's going to fall apart, or I'm not going to open anything and find issues.
Yep.
So you're going to want to think about this. Add a risk factor. That's it. Just a small line item for demolition unknowns, any code surprises, or customer delays, because you can kind of see that customer that's going to stall you out. There's a few signals that come across and it's like, oh, hold on. Let me add a little 10 to 20% contingency here based on the scope as we open it up. Because like something I tell the team a lot in plumbing, if you're actually going in to do a repair, you don't really know what's there until you start getting into it and start uncovering more things. You always get a good idea as to what you're fixing, but not all of it. So have that 10 to 20% contingency based on that scope, complexity, and client indecision. Okay, but you want to communicate it up front. Hey, look, this is our risk buffer since this is a remodel, but if we don't use it, you don't have to pay it. That's a CYA, but it's also letting the customer know, hey, this could be a charge, but there could be some savings if we open up the walls and everything's done right.
And the thing like that they love about that, Randy, is you're letting them know up front. And it's like, look, guys, once we open that wall up, that we could run into some things that we can't work with, that we have to change. So we figure $1,200 will handle it if we have to get in and redo something, and you explain why. And then the thing is, when you go in and open that wall, if there is something you have to do, they're like, but my price isn't going up. It's like, no, because that's what they've already factored in. And you just tell them, look, it's in here. A lot of times we use it. A lot of times we don't. If they know that from the beginning, or even when you come to them with the problem, they're like, yeah, but we've got that risk factor built in.
Does it cover this?
Yeah, it should.
It actually does.
And it's like, okay, then we're good.
That's it. And like there was a contractor out there that added a $1,200 risk buffer on an old home bath remodel. Well, guess what, guys? They ended up needing that whenever they opened it up and discovered there was no blocking in the walls for the plumbing. So you got to tear in more.
No,
it's
I hope
going
he
to
didn't
cost a
charge
little more to
$1,200
fix.
just to put in a little bit of blocking.
Well, no, I hope not too. But I'm sure that it could have been a shell. There could have been a lot of different things to lead to that cost possibly. And hey, maybe he had a laborer doing the tile. I don't know.
And I got a question. Everybody watching, do y'all do anything like this if you do remodels? Do you have like
A buffer.
I used to call it a
Yeah.
OS fund or
Yeah.
something. But here's the deal. Profit's not what you see. It's what you're prepared for. Because if you just build what you see, you're in trouble.
Yep.
You've got to be prepared for the stuff behind the wall, the stuff you can't see, the stuff that could happen, the OS factor.
Yep. That's it.
Derek Sutton says, it says good. How do you price your projects or jobs? Man, it takes experience. You've got to understand how long it takes you to do things. You've got to price your job too based on what if the most expensive plumber in town installed this, the most expensive plumber you hired. Because if I've got a plumber that I pay $50 an hour for, and I got a plumber I pay $25 an hour for, if I base my pricing on what I pay the $50 an hour plumber, if the $25 an hour plumber takes a little bit longer, it's okay. I'm going to be good. But I've got to price it in order to make money and to do well. So those are a big deal. And Matt says, see, I may have to go by that.
Yeah,
I may just go by just to piss
bring
you
some
off.
home. Hey, you can bring some home. They travel well.
He says,
I have brought leftover tacos and ate them the next day, baby.
Trust me. All right. Believe it or not, we're going to talk about safety today.
We are.
Happy Safety Week.
That's it. I know the days lined up perfect, so we actually hit the extra safety Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 3 out of 5.
That's a good deal.
Love it. Major one here, guys. We talk about the slot, but let's talk about a different part of it.
Okay.
The fall protection anchors. Okay. Field fixes that actually fail inspections. Okay. OSHA violations related to improper anchoring are still top 10 every year
We talk about slips, trips, and falls.
as the number one
Always.
injury
So
on any
this fits
job.
right in here. But improper anchoring, yeah, that's a bad one.
That's it. And like, I've seen some guys that'll throw a strap around a 2x4 that's just there. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm good. And it's like, dude, like there's 2 nails holding that board into the concrete, and
And
those
they're
are
pointing
nails.
your direction.
It's
when
not
you
actually,
fall, they're going to come right out.
Like it's gonna release.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hold you. But some of the common mistakes, they use rebar.
No, I've used rebar before.
Heavy. Okay, I hope it was the super extra
big,
thick.
super heavy duty for
That's
columns.
it. Yep.
Yes.
My favorite, the PVC vent stack, when they just throw a loop over the vent. Oh, we're good. Yep, I'm tied off. See? No, that pipe's got me. No, it doesn't, guys.
No. That pipe will shear.
Have you seen this one? Using the ladder as the tie off point. Hey, I'm tied off. I'm good. The ladder's got me, right? It holds me all day, so if I fall, it's got me. No, it doesn't. Like I said
That's
here
not
the
good.
other day, guys, anchor point has to hold 5,000 pounds per worker or be part of a certified fall arrest system.
Now, I like the ones part of the certified system because here's the deal. Some of my favorite ones are the ones, and you used to be able to walk up and there'd be like an orange paint around it, but there's a hole there.
Yep.
And it's made for those
Yep. Quick
plugs.
release.
You just literally
plunger
stick it in, you
thing.
let go. It's like a plunger. You push it up and it kind of closes, but it's got this
Release.
funnel looking thing up at the top. And then when it gets pulled down in there, it spreads it apart and this thing locks in. And guys, they're rated for over 5,000. I mean, these things are rated for like 7,500, 10,000 pounds, something like that.
Yep. It's a reusable anchor.
And they're
It's
amazing.
so awesome. Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. You go up and you know, hey, there's 3 holes here that we can use. So when you got 3 people there, each one has their own hole.
Yep. We started using those a lot for high rises out on the ledges.
Oh, yeah.
Those things came in great when they came out. It was like, oh my gosh, all I need is a 3/4 inch hole. I don't have to actually set a 5/8 anchor in that every single time and put a lift and eye that's
Or
rated
drill a new
and
hole
all
or anything
this.
like that. The hole's there.
That's it. But use the temporary anchor straps, rated and labeled.
Mm-hmm.
Never use structural elements unless they've been engineered for fall load.
Now, we've done that. I've wrapped a snatch strap around a column. If that can't hold 5,000 pounds, I got a problem.
I wrap it around beams, but the beams are there
Yeah.
for cooling towers.
Yep.
Way heavier than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely holds 5,000 pounds. So kind of know what you are tying off to. Like, because I'm not going to say don't ever use structural, but you do have to know that it's actually rated for that. Cooling tower frames are built to withstand all sorts. So I'm always good with that one.
And I like this way to think about it. If your anchor point would not hold a pickup truck, it won't hold you when you fall.
That's it.
Because, and it doesn't mean like you can just roll the pickup truck off the edge and let it snatch
You can
it.
lift it.
Yeah. If it couldn't lift it, it's probably not going to hold you. That'd be cool. Let's lift a pickup truck up onto the 20th floor of a job site and roll it over under one of these and hook a strap up to it and just see if we can jack it up.
To the 20th floor?
Well, I mean,
Dude, that's a lot of
the
chain.
first floor, it's going to be easy. Come on.
That's a long chain fall, guys.
Remember that, guys. It ain't going to hold you.
That's it. It needs to hold a truck.
And that's a tough way to look at it. But when you fall at a couple 100 pounds,
That's it.
and that jerk,
I was going to say,
it's
we're not saying you weigh a truck, okay? Yeah. That's
We're
what
not
that was
saying-
my first
we're not
question. What?
saying your
You
ass
think
is
I'm as
that
big as a
fat.
truck? All right.
Yeah.
Except you guys are like, no. But when you fall, you put such a force on there, it's got to be rated for 5,000 pounds.
yeah, I get it.
So, yeah. Rolling over here into new construction.
Yes, indeed.
Something we ain't talked about in a while here.
I know. We talk a lot about service.
That's it. Construction robots.
Oh,
on
that's
the
why you're
rise.
talking about new construction. You're into your game again.
Hey, well, here's the question.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We're old school plumber here. Construction robots on this rise.
Okay.
Is this going to be a threat? Or can this be used as a tool for the labor shortage out there?
Oh, you asked the wrong person because I see all the tools. When people ask me about YouTube, so what is YouTube for you? It's a tool. What do you
That's
mean?
it.
Well, I'm talking to 660, 70,000 people.
Yep.
I'm talking over 1 million people a month. It's a tool. I'm trying to help recruit people into the trades. So robots, if I can plug that thing in and it'll do my work for me, I can go back home and go back to sleep.
That's
Well,
it.
maybe not.
But look, there's a lot of robots that are coming out. Okay. There's robots for layout.
Okay.
Okay. We've seen those roll around, print the drawings on the floor. Like, guys,
Do they have robots that'll kill weeds yet? I need weeds killed.
there is. But
There
you
is?
got to get the rain to stop to be able to do that.
Man, there's
That's
all-
the hard
all-
part. Like,
Robots don't work in the rain?
robot. Well, they're building robots to change the rain, I'm sure. But to
That's
kill the
true.
weeds, it's got to be dry.
All right, so they can do layout.
They can do
And we've
layout.
seen that one. That's cool.
We've seen that. Bricklaying. We've pulled that up. That's pretty freaking cool. This robot reaches out, does all the bricklaying for you. You don't gotta
But
pick up
okay, so
bricks.
which do you like better, the robot bricklayer or the 3D printed wall?
Ooh,
See? I'll give you time to think about
that's
that.
tough. Yeah, it is a tough one. I think the 3D printed home it's just too cool. It's
We're
too
ready.
new.
We're ready.
Like brick. If I'm laying a bunch of cinder block, I'm gonna have to sheetrock everything because I don't want to feel like I'm in jail. But
It's probably not the way I'd look at it, but okay.
but there's robots that are doing drywall finishing.
Ooh.
There's robots that are shingling roofs. Okay,
Now I've seen that one.
that's it.
I wish I could get them out here because this roof is expensive. I'm just saying.
But there's a SAM 100. This is a semi-automated mason. It lays 3,000 bricks a day versus a human's 500 to 700.
Man.
Possibly 6x compared to that slow bricklayer.
Uh-huh.
Trade leaders are split, though. Some embrace it to keep the pace going, but others are worried about job replacement.
Well, and guys, look. If they can build a robot to replace you, it's coming.
It's going to happen at some point.
It's not when it's got. It's like these automated truck drive that
Yeah.
I remember Gary Vee talking a while back, and I don't remember if he's talking about Bernie Sanders or who it was, but he's talking about somebody they're wanting to implement these training programs to help you get new jobs, good jobs, and they were really pushing truck driving. And he's like, "Why are we teaching people truck driving?
Yep.
We're building trucks that are going to drive themselves."
Yep.
I literally saw a deal on Facebook yesterday. If you're in Austin and you look up at the 18-wheeler beside you and realize there isn't a driver in it, it's because it's an autonomous vehicle now.
Yeah.
And guys, they're building them. And in a recent survey by Dodge Data, and analytics, 48% of large general contractors plan to use automation by next year.
Yeah.
Guys, this isn't going to be, oh, this is 10, 20 years down the road. This isn't 5 or 10 years down the road. This is 12 to 15 months down the road.
That's it. Like, look, guys, it's not robots versus the trades anymore. It's going to be robots with the trades or without them. Either way, like it's going to happen. Just like you said, if they can build a robot to do the exact motions that you do, and like I see in the comments over here on Insta, you think the bots are going to replace plumbers? No.
Yes.
A part of plumbing? Yes, definitely so. They will build robots that can lay pipe in a trench for you. Look at some of the things that are already coming out, things that we do to change it to where we don't have to do a lot of the physical labor.
I wish they'd build a robot that could just dig the ditch for me.
But it's going to be coming.
Oh, I know.
It's going to be coming. There's already AI-controlled large equipment, dozers, things like that are doing land work. Guess what? We're going to have it coming to dig our trenches before long. So be ready.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's roll into mindset, because growth mindset's what it's all about. Stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 10. I don't care if you're talking about social media, YouTube, or even just job site. It's easy to feel like you're behind, like you're not caught up with everybody else. But, people tell me that all the time. That when I'd hire apprentices, they're like, Roger, I want to get to where I think about it like you. Okay, it took me 40 years to get to where I'm at. And they're like, yeah, but I don't want to wait that long. Then you're probably not going to think like me. Because the one thing that I can't teach you is everything that I just picked up along the way. Now, I can try. You can learn from me. And, man, I can show you why we do this, why we do that, or what I think the best way to do this is. Because, man, I've made a lot of mistakes on the way. But you don't see the debt, the failed bids, the sleepless nights, the mistakes I've made, the problems I've caused, all the bad stuff I did, but sleepless nights that others had to do to get there. You need to focus on the progress, not the perfection. Did you bid a better job this week? Did your technician show up without calling in sick? That's growth. Did all your vehicles make it to the jobs without breaking down? That's a good sign. Guys, there's so many things out there that you just can't be taught. You've got to see it. You've got to feel it. You've got to understand it. And it doesn't always just happen the way you want it to happen. A lot of people judge others by just their highlight reel, and themselves is just the rough cuts. It's just what they see. Look at all these people on social media. There's a lot of people that don't show you any mistakes they made. I remember, man, my southern region closed up tight the day I poured lead on a propane tank. I'm like, oh my God. And then when it came to editing time, they're like, look, we'll cut that out. I'm like, no, look, I messed up. Don't leave it in there.
Maybe somebody will learn from
They're
that.
like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, I want them to understand. I said, look, it's been a long time since I picked up a lead pipe. And I didn't do it the right way. So you got to remember, comparison will kill your confidence. And confidence is everything that you need. You've got to believe in yourself, and you've got to believe in yourself more than anybody else does. So don't compare your day 1 to my day 10 year. It's not going to be anywhere near the same.
That's it. Like, I hear a lot of guys come in. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, I want to get into plumbing. I want to own my business in 5 years. It's like,
that
okay,
doesn't happen.
Well, you're going to get your 10,000 hours of experience in 5 years. You're not going to use it any before you just own a company. I mean, that's fine, but you really want to take everything you learned and put it to use a little for that experience, because that shows you so much more that most people don't understand.
Yep. So if you're interested in doing social media like we talked about, I made a webinar just to teach you why you can, and to teach you the things that you're thinking inside your head, those aren't true. So if you want to find out more about it, go check out this webinar that I made. Go to www.justmetroger.com. You can become the expert in your niche. You can be the trusted advisor. You can be the person that people reach out to because they see you as knowing more than other people. And if you're in the Virginia area, guys, I'm doing a meet and greet this Friday from 9 to 11. Love to see y'all. There's a link up top there on YouTube, and it's amazing. Guys, I get to come hang out with y'all. You're gonna go register at Eventbrite. Anybody who registers, Squirt's been putting together swag bags, and I'm gonna bring them out there to you.
That's it. He will have plenty. Go by and say hi.
Just click
Take
on
a
the
picture.
link.
You know,
Yeah.
I know you want to.
And here's the deal: if you take a picture and share it and tag me in it,
Yep.
my team will share it to my social media.
That's it.
So I'm trying to help introduce all y'all to my crowd too.
Get
my
your
audience.
spotlight.
Yeah, get it, man.
But
We're here to
also-
have fun.
That's it. Also, besides that, guys, we would like to thank League Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. League Pro manufactures the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. I always suggest checking out the complete kit. It comes with both pieces of equipment. The probe, that T-handle style with that stainless steel rod, real durable for probing in and out of the ground. That's what we prefer for that meter to the home service, irrigation lines, things like that. But it also has the sidekick in there. And that's the pistol grip style with an aluminum rod and that less dense metal. It's perfect when you go indoors or you're listening through driveways or sidewalks outside because that aluminum rod eliminates the layer of concrete you're listening through. So to check out that equipment, you can visit www.leak-pro.com. But also, if you don't know anything about it, you'd like to learn how to do leak detection and walk in with confidence day one, come out here, spend a couple days with me. I do a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas. I've got 11 leaks under a slab. I'll teach you how to locate all the lines, pinpoint locate those leaks. I've got one outside of the slab so that you know what it sounds like just underground. But also I've got a couple sewer systems set up out here. I've got a cast iron and a PVC system that I'll teach you how to go to that double clean out and determine exactly where a sewer system's leaking under a home whenever you can't just see it on a camera. But also we'll teach you how to market leak detection in your business. Make sure that the marketing company is doing things right for you. This guy spent a lot of years getting screwed over by marketing companies, so
Boy,
he's
did I.
learned a lot, studied a lot, and that's why we do this. So give me a call. Let's talk about training at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and I can teach you how to add this to your business.
All right, let's roll into all trades and power sharing on site. Who controls the temporary power and why it does get ugly? I know that before spider boxes get there, we're like, who can we get to come in early and plug in all our cords?
Yep.
Matter of fact, plug them in every hole.
I didn't try to do that, but I tried to lock down the majors that I needed for my area for sure. Whether that's 2 cords, 3, maybe even 4, because you don't want to split too much once it gets to your space either.
But electricians install temporary power poles or panels, but who really owns the outlets? Why are you laughing?
Nobody owns those outlets.
Well, they
Unless
think
I'm
they
out
do.
there.
They think they do. Yeah. Nobody owns them but me, guys.
That's it. But like, there's the drywall guys. They want to plug in some heaters. Now that you overload a circuit quick. Painters are charging the batteries,
Oh, everybody's charging their batteries.
and somebody overloads that circuit. Boom. That's going to lead to blown breakers, finger pointing, productivity dips. Everybody's going to be, I lost power. I lost power. I lost power. That's one of my favorite things. You can tell looking across a job site like, yep, somebody overran that breaker. Everybody's running around looking for power. And it causes a delay. But a good tip here, label the breakers, okay? Assign power zones. Have one trade, usually that's Sparky, run the show, let people know, make sure there's enough spider boxes. It typically falls on the electrician there and the GC. You're going to have to work with both of them if you really got to have power. Like I have to get special power sometimes because I was in mechanical rooms and those are the last things they think of.
Okay, number one, electricians shouldn't be in control of anything. But I do understand that if there's no juice, there's no progress. So why is nobody in charge of the courts? And I get it. I know that we all want to be in charge of our own stuff. It doesn't always happen, though.
Yep.
All right, so pressing correctly is a blessing. Yes, it is. Matt is on his computer. I guess his phone crapped out with all this stuff. You need to text me again, so I have your number. But all my digital notes are gone.
Ooh.
That's why I kept my paper notes with the voice.
Yep.
CYA.
That's it.
Derek says, okay. And Matt says, yes, I'm a fat body. I get it. ASAP Plumbing says, absolute. ASAP Plumbing checking in. Love the education we provide. ASAP Plumbing, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I'll say I'd love to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, we try.
That's it.
Yeah, we really do. Jumping into laws and licenses. And look, insurance companies are starting to demand trade certifications. Now, they did that back when I got my license. They wanted to make sure I was a licensed plumber.
Yep. Because
some carriers are now required proof of any state licenses and continuing education hours to bind those policies. And guys, this is why I say if you're a homeowner out there, and if you're a tradesperson and you're not preaching to your customers, hey, if you hire an unlicensed professional trade, chances are they're not insured. And that's something that homeowners don't even think about. But the reason the insurance companies are doing this is this helps them to avoid risk from unqualified contractors, and it reduces the claim payouts. Guys, I've been saying this for years, and people are like, oh, no, there's nothing wrong with hiring a handyman. Yeah, there is. That son of a biscuit ain't got no freaking insurance. And if he does something wrong, the homeowner's the one screwed over, not him. You're going to try, and so when you try to sue somebody, because here's the deal. I'm not insured anymore. So I don't go out and do stuff for people. Because if I did something wrong and you hire an attorney and the attorney calls me and says, hey, Roger, look, man, I represent Squirt. I just need the name of your insurance company. Yeah, I don't have one. You don't have one? No, I'm not insured.
Awesome.
Do you own anything? Nope. You don't own a house or anything? Nope. I have a trust that owns all that. So basically you own nothing at all. Nope. You know what the insurance company is going to tell you as the homeowner? Find another attorney. I can't sue them. They don't have anything. If there's no money there, they're not going to sue anybody. They're not interested in it. They're there for the money. They're not doing this because they like you. Just letting you know. But this affects GCs who do sub to unlicensed labor because you're liable to be responsible for it. If you're a general contractor and you hire a sub that is not insured, is not licensed, and they screw something up, guess who the homeowner hired to get the work done?
That's it.
Guess who brought in the unlicensed sub? This may void any builder's risk, and you're going to be responsible for everything.
Yeah. There was a builder in Florida that had a roof claim denied because that sub had an expired certification. $42,000 out of the pocket.
Because that adds up quick.
No
cert, no insurance, no paycheck, no job.
That's it.
You better start looking at it that way.
Yeah, because and it's starting to become, I think, they just want to know that you are a capable person of doing your job, and they want to see that proof. We know you can go get insured, sure, but do you have all the requirements to actually do that task? And that's what insurance companies are starting to look for.
You bet.
Which is good.
Guys, it's going to keep you out of trouble just to check.
Yep.
Hey, Squirt, I'm hiring you to do this job. I need a copy of your licenses and your insurance.
Yep.
And I used to ask for that on actually, Amber did. Used to ask for that on everything.
Uh-huh.
So let's talk about business training, because business training, look, this is a big one because most businesses don't even know they have KPIs that they should be looking at. But KPIs, your key performance indicators that every trade business should track weekly. And most of them don't track them at all.
Yeah.
But number one, what is your estimate to close ratio? Are your bids landing, or are they just floating across the table? Here's the deal. If you're a service company, if I've got 10 people that I send out to look at jobs, meaning somebody called in, we don't give them a price over the phone. Hey, you come on out, or you get us out there. We have a service fee, but you get us out there. We'll look at the job. We'll give you a price then. How many of those are closing? Because your guys in the field should be closing 80% of the jobs. Meaning if you send them on 10 jobs this week, they better have closed 80 of them. Remember that. Now, the next one, your field hours versus budgeted hours. And we talk about this all the time. I used to track my hours. I mean, when I put a crew on a project, I already knew how many hours it should take. And I'd tell them, hey, I've got 70 hours bid for this. It's you and an apprentice, so that's 35 hours. So that's 3.5 days, 4.5 days, 4.5 days, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And by that half day, y'all better be moved to somewhere else. Mm-hmm. Okay? But I knew that. And I could detail it out because I knew how to do the MCAA labor. And I'd go through and draw up the entire section they're doing, run it through MCA and say, hey, here's how many hours we got. And they're like, how do you know? Because I know how to play my game.
Yep.
If you're running service calls, you need to know how many hours. And that's why I say from the time you get the call to the time you call and say, hey, I'm done and leaving, I need to know how many hours that is because I need to look at how many hours we have budgeted for that job. And did you get it? Are your crews producing for what you sold? And then the other one, a big one, this is the one that will kill you. The callback rate.
Yes.
What percentage of jobs require free return visits? Because guys, those aren't free.
Nope.
Those are ones you're paying out of your pocket.
Yeah, it's free for the customer.
Yeah. And the good thing is, look, I love this because you can set up a whiteboard for this where you track it weekly. That way the team sees it. They see the wins, they see the losses, they see the good, they see the bad.
Yep.
But if you track this by individual too, you imagine if you had on the left side all your list of plumbers and you had, and there's more KPIs to track. These are just 3 pretty important ones.
Yep.
But you track these and let them see it. Look, guys, what gets measured gets taken care of. Okay? And if you're not measuring it, you're not improving it. And that will mess you up.
Yeah, like you were saying, you know, on the first one, knowing, okay, if I go out and estimate 100 jobs, am I catching 80 of them in your service world?
You bet.
Am I catching 5, 10 of those in my industrial world? 5 to 10% was great. If I was doing 10%, my bosses loved me.
Yeah.
I was been tons of large projects, large man-hour jobs. Service, like 80% at first, that blew my mind. And I'm like, well, no, it's service work. You're there to fix their problem.
You're there. They've already called you out.
You better have a real good chance. That's it.
They found your website, your marketing, your advertising, your YouTube, whatever it is worked.
Yep.
They called you.
That's right.
That's step number 1. But another KPI to track is your CSRs. Mm-hmm. Are they closing 90%? Meaning, look, you took the time to call me. I should be able to get a plumber out to 9 out of 10 of those jobs. If your CSR is not closing 90%, there's a problem. To be honest, got there for a while. Ember was closing 95%.
Yeah.
Hey, the calls come in. We're sending a plumber out. We're collecting the service fee and we're going to give you a price. Now, they better be closing at 80%. If you can make that happen, guys, you're magic. You're doing great things.
Yep. That's it.
I love this. Derek says, yes, sir. Hey, it's what we're all about.
That's it. All right, let's move into vehicles here. And, you know, we talk about the logos, wraps, stuff like this a lot. We love that. It's great. But also, we can't forget that driving with your logo, how bad driving is hurting your reputation.
Man.
This is a major one. And I drove a commercial vehicle for a while. And I know that there's some crazy folks out there that would just love to force you to hit them somehow.
Oh, God, yes.
And sometimes their bad driving makes others think that you're bad driving to try to avoid them. Because I've had some scary situations before. I've had some nervous apprentices in the truck that are like, holy crap, how did you completely get away from that without getting in an accident? Like, I had to be very smart, okay? But, guys, hard stops, don't do it. Tailgating in a commercial vehicle, don't do it. Parking on lawns.
Even parking in the driveway.
That's it. Like,
I wouldn't do it. Somebody's liable to back up and say, well, your van shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Can't argue that.
Anything in the lawn, man, there's people out there You don't put a foot in their grass. Oh, but here I'm going to park my van. Oh, I bumped the curb. It don't matter. I'm just going to leave it. No.
I'll tell you what, I got a negative review from somebody. We had done a job inside of a clinic.
Okay.
The guys pull up out front in a fire zone to load the vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, okay.
Because we were parked way around
out.
the back. So we pull up out front. They run in to start grabbing stuff and bring it out. Somebody takes a picture, said, I would never hire this company because they parked in a fire zone.
Yep.
And give us a 1-star review. It's like, dude, you didn't even use us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't
even
know
a
the
customer.
story. Yeah, you ain't my customer. Yeah, it's probably one of our competitors.
That's it. But, the thing to remember here, guys, your rolling billboard, it's watching customers screenshot bad behavior and post it in local Facebook groups.
Or on Google.
Or on Google, giving you that bad review with the picture.
Yep.
Okay. Don't be susceptible to this. Watch what your guys do. Follow that new guy when you hire him. Just kind of go do a ride along. See how they kind of roughly drive. You can find out pretty quick after you ride with somebody for a little bit how they realistically drive. It doesn't take long. Some fleets use GPS tracking to monitor speed and the routes that are
We
chosen.
talked about that the other day. That's a smart thing to have if you're a vehicle. if you're a company owner.
That's it.
Just know what your people trust, but verify. I trust you're driving great,
Yep.
but I got to check it and double check it.
Well, that's it. Like even dash cams, things like that. If it's a commercial vehicle nowadays, it should have one. But like a real world hit here, there was a plumbing van in Atlanta that got tagged in a bad driver reel. The company lost a $15,000 bid the next day. Somebody saw it. No, I ain't using you.
Guys, y'all think social media doesn't work? When I talk about good things here, when I talk about good products, there's a company that we talk about their product. We love their product. And literally, when the first time I walked up to meet them at a booth, I walked up and said, hi, I'm Roger Wakefield. I said, oh, we know who you are. Every time our sales go up on this product and it's measurable, we see it immediately. We're like, oh my God, Roger must have made another video.
Roger put a video out.
Roger put a video out. Let's go check it out. And I'm like, are y'all serious? And they're like, dude, we know when you make a video about our product because our sales go up immediately.
Yep.
Guys, if I made a video about a bad product, which I have, and of course, there are people reach out and say, oh my God, we're so glad you did that. You've driven sales just. It's like, for that piece of crap freaking product, I doubt it.
Yeah.
And then I finally told them, you keep jumping in here making comments, I'll make another video. Never heard another word.
Yep. And guys, just remember though, you may not think any of this matters, bad driving, whatever, but guess what? Your next lead could be sitting behind you at the red light, watching everything that you do and how you drive, and they're just like, oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to hire you. You know what? Cancel that call. I don't need them. I'll find somebody else.
Or one of your plumbers.
That's it. Yeah,
One of your people. It doesn't even have to be you. And here's another thing. I literally heard a guy talk one day. He says, man, I saw this plumbing company and I'm going out and I'm trying to take a picture of the side of the van because I needed them. And their van looked so good, so professional. I'm like, he said, I got up front and their front dashboard was covered in receipts and trash and cups and all this. And he said, I saw that. And I'm like, yeah, that's not who I want.
Yep. Know them guys.
Guys, think about that. Because if your front, if that's the view they get of you, if what they get of you is, hey, here's where we're at, here's what we look like, and that's not what they want, it's not good. All right, Randy, talk about this. What are we doing
Social
here?
media spot. We got some roofing today.
Uh-huh.
I went with the roofer here.
Brother Dimitri.
We do. We've got Dimitri Lipinski.
And it's at Roofing Insights. And I want to tell you, the first time I met Dimitri, I was at Vid Summit in Los Angeles. The first time I'd gone, so I had 117 subscribers. I remember that. And I'm wearing a plumbing shirt, Texas Green Plumbing. And he looks at me and says, oh my gosh, a plumber here. I'm glad. I said, really? So what do you do? He said, roofing. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he had 20,000 subscribers. So I'm like, man, if I can ever get there. And we sat there and talked, man. He was just such a nice guy.
Yep. And he is. I've met him.
You bet.
Great guy. 54.5 million views now. Cruising along.
Doing good.
Cruising along. One of the things that sets Roofing Insights apart from other channels is its commitment to providing an unbiased and honest review of roofing products.
And not just products, the tools, the ladders. That's one of my favorite videos.
And like, I pull up a lot of channels like that. I love honest reviews. Look, nobody paid me. I went out and bought this crap. I'm going to tell you what I really think of it. That's the tradespeople I like to listen from. But in here, Roofing Insights, they teach you from bottom to top. He teaches some of the business side. Women in the trades, we love it. He's been doing some like podcast styles and stuff also here lately, questioning different people, things that have made them successful,
I like
stuff like that.
Career criminal scams.
Man, he does a lot. Like, yeah. Contractors get caught scamming and forced to pay back. Love when they get caught and they're forced to pay it back. Because they're like, roofing's one of the worst ones after storms and things. Keep an eye out for that. But like talking about tariffs, of course, just a little bit of everything. He's kind of shifting. Like these are looking a little different than norm. Contractor revenge. Can a contractor take back their work if you don't pay? That'd be good.
I know. I agree.
From $40,000 to $100,000, how to grow income in the trades. And guys, he's great business mindset for roofing, things like that. He's been doing it, I don't know how long now. Long time though.
Well, his channel's been around for 8 years. So.
Yep. Oh yeah, let's do that real quick. One of our favorites.
How many
subs? Popular. 141,000.
Okay.
Most popular, 1.2 million. Best and worst gutter guards. Yes. 7 ways roofers cheat. Best gutter guards again, multiple times, and the worst. See, so don't just go for the best. Also show off the worst. One of our favorite things to do. Let's go with the oldest. Protect your roof with this wind and bird repellent.
Very interesting.
Bird repellent. All right.
I get birds up top of my roof all the time. I do.
Yeah. You got them living on the porch.
I do. Front porch and back porch.
Hail damage.
Dove love me.
Yeah. But guys, if you're not on socials and you're out there, you do a trade, it's probably time.
And look, I like this because Dmitry Lipinski's a great guy. He's known for high-level roofing business education. So I've spoken at his conference before in Florida. It's great. He brings in some great speakers, and he gives back to the roofing industry. His content spans from roof inspections and lawsuits to business coaching. We do a lot of the same thing. So that's why, look, teaming up with him has been great. We've done stuff together. I've had him on my podcast. We've done a bunch of different stuff. But some of his popular videos, how to price a roof. I mean, man, that's great information right there. Then there's insurance supplements. What do you need to know? I talk about it all the time in plumbing. Do you know how to speak insurance? And exposés on manufacturers. Why does this work? Well, it works very easily because Dmitry blends technical roofing know-how with strong takes on industry ethics and business growth. And look, if he thinks a product's bad, he's not afraid to tell you, hey, look, this product sucks. Here's why. And one of my favorite things he did was the ladder comparison. He literally went and bought like 10 different ladders, had a parking lot wall that had had a parking lot that had like a 6-foot wall along the back. And he literally stretched all these ladders out to the same distance, leaned them up, and then took like, I think it was 50-pound kettlebells or something, put them in each hand, and he's walking up the ladder, and it's like, which ones can he get all the way to the top on? And it was really, really neat. So I love what Roofing Insights does. Get over there, check it out. He's got some good stuff. And if you're in roofing or maybe you're in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, and you're like, wow, you know what? We've never started a roofing section. Maybe a great way to do it. Great time to do it.
Yeah. I like watching a bunch of different trades. Even if you're a construction worker on a site, you know that you love just kind of watching what
Checking
others
out
do.
the other people.
That's it. Just like, because we all have different skills a little bit. A lot of them based the same, but just watching the interesting things go on around a job site. There are so many different things to learn, and just observe and watch. Like, I remember the first time I saw arc gouging going on, and it's like, wait, what's throwing out that much fire?
Yeah.
What is he welding? Like, hold on, wait. You go up and you talk to this old iron worker, loaded down. Oh no, that's arc gouging. Yeah, no, I'm cutting metal out, and it's like, that's not a torch. Oh, that works way different. Okay, that's pretty cool. How's that thing work? And you just talk to him and learn a little bit.
Guys, look, we love what we get to do. And one of my favorite things to do is travel around the country and meet y'all. If you are in the Virginia, Washington, D.C. area, Washington, Dulles is where I'm flying into. But if you're out in that area, and look, I've never been there, so I don't know what all's around there, but I know I'm going to be close.
Yep.
But I'm going to be in Leland.
Don't get me
Leeward. I'm going to be in Lee something. I think it's Leland. But I'm going to be in Virginia Friday. I fly in tomorrow. So I fly in tomorrow, have dinner tomorrow night. Friday morning from 9 to 11, I'm doing a meet and greet. And if this is something you're interested in, if you're over on YouTube, scroll to the top there. There's a link for it so you can register through Eventbrite. And we're doing this so I know how many people to bring swag for, because we're going to bring swag for y'all. And this is something that I love getting to do because I get to speak at the PHCC Virginia Leadership Summit. And to me, there's nothing better to be able to come in and do stuff like this. It makes my day. But to get to come in early and them let me do a meet and greet where I get to invite y'all in, y'all get to come to their conference, get to see it. You get to see what they're all about. But then you can hang around and listen to me do my keynote speech at 11:30. They'll have places there where you can buy lunch. So I'd say plan on coming over at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, hang out for 3 or 4 hours. We'll have fun. It'll be a neat day. But I'd love to see you there. There is a link at the top if you want to check that out. I'd love to see you. If you've thought about doing YouTube, but you've got all these reasons why you can't, I made a webinar, and I'm just trying to teach you that you can do YouTube. And if you want to learn more about that, go to www.justmattroger.com. I think you'll enjoy it.
That's it. Also, we'd like to thank League Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That way we catch you during your lunch break. But League Pro manufactures the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. I always suggest checking out the complete kit. It's got both pieces of equipment to cover you for no matter where that leak is on the job you walk onto. Check out our equipment. You can visit www.leak-pro.com. Super user-friendly, guys. The only adjustment on the whole thing is a volume knob. So check out the equipment. But also, if you don't know anything about it, give me a call, and we can talk about a 2-day in-person training I do here just outside of Dallas, Texas. Well, I'll teach you how to locate the lines, pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of the slab, even in sewer lines. I've got a cast iron and a PVC system set up to teach you how to determine where a sewer system's leaking, all from the double clean out outside of the house. So give us a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. Be happy to talk to you about the training and even the marketing part, where we teach you how to promote this and offer this service to all your customers you already have. So give me a call, 1-8888-LEAK-PRO.
Guys, we appreciate y'all being here. We love to do what we get to do. And like I said, man, if you can come see me in Virginia, come see me. Love to get to just see you, shake your hand, take pictures with you. If you want to share it on your social media, tag me in it. My team will share that. That way I get to introduce you to my people. So look, I'd love to see y'all there. There's a link at the top here on YouTube. Go check it out. It's on Eventbrite, and all you got to do is register, and I'll bring you a swag bag. So Safety Week. It's probably one of the most important weeks of the year for the trades, because the things that we learn, we can carry with us all year long. We should go to work every day and say, look, whatever we're doing today, everybody goes home safe. Everybody, just like the guy here. So think about it. Think about what these things we're talking about during Safety Week. And remember, whatever you're doing out there today, do it safe, but have fun.
That's good, guys. Everybody, happy Wednesday. Hope to see you back in here tomorrow. Get out there, hit it effing hard. Bye, guys.
See y'all.